Hello there.
General Kenobi.
I'm keeping that. Got. Okay. Seriously now. How's it go, everybody? Texas Man here. Hope that you guys are all having a great day. If you guys would please give this video a thumbs up. If you guys do enjoy it, subscribe, of course, if you guys haven't already. Make sure you guys hit the bell notification button so you guys don't miss out. And if you guys would, head over to Twitch, follow me there at Douglas447. I stream there at least once a week. Also, if you guys have any movies, TV shows, or games you guys want me to cover here on the channel, please let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, we're going to be talking positives and negatives, talking about another classic movie, Labyrinth. The film came out in 1986. Yes, old movie. It's rated PG. It's about an hour and 45 minutes long. And the film has an epic cast. I'm going to butcher these people's names, so shoot me in the comment section. I don't care. Cast includes David Bowie, Jennifer Connelly, Frank Oz, and Warwick Davis, about a 16-year-old girl that is given 13 hours to solve a labyrinth and rescue her baby brother before he is trapped in the world the Goblin King rules. Visuals are amazing. All of the puppets are just really great to look at, and eventually you kind of forget that they're puppets, and the more you watch the movie, you're just like, your mind thinks, okay, they're just, that's just normal, that's just how it is. And your mind kind of like shuts off the fact that, hey, these are puppets eventually. But still, the visuals, they're spectacular using practical effects, and any special effects that are used in this film are very difficult to notice. And for a movie of its time, I applaud them. They did a great job with the practical effects and the special effects. I can't even tell if any special effects were used. Everything looks just like, it looks realistic in that sense that I can't tell. It's really difficult. The film is full of magic. It's full of magical creatures, and creatures that you've seen before and some that you haven't, and are just really creepy. I will say the creepy creatures towards the middle of the film that could take their heads off and their limbs off, and they want to decapitate the young girl. I'm just like, okay, this is a nightmare show. It's very disturbing. The film deals with themes about who you are and what you are capable of as a person, and dealing with growing up and responsibilities. So it has a lot of themes that anybody of any age group can relate to, whether they're, 10, 16, 50, 100. There's a lot of things in this film that you can relate to, which is great that, there are elements that get you hooked in on a human level. The world building is great. It doesn't just explore the labyrinth, it explores things outside of the labyrinth, and the closer that the 16-year-old girl gets to, and obviously you can tell I can't remember her name. It's really bad that I can't remember her name for the life of me, even though I just watched this movie last night. But when the girl gets closer to the center of the maze, to the Goblin King's castle with her friends, it keeps adding in more layers and layers to this world. And so it does a great job expanding it. And if we ever got a sequel, which I doubt, I mean, this film has been around for 30, 40 years now. I'd like a sequel because it would build upon the building blocks that this first film laid out. Obviously, they'd have to have some sort of different labyrinth. Can't be the same thing. And with that, I have to say about the fact that, like I said, the film's not dull. You're hooked. From start to finish, you are either plot invested, emotionally invested in the characters, you're invested in the world building, or you're just invested in the fact that while the film can be dark and edgy at times, it can still be an enjoyable watch for younger audiences. There is something in this film that's going to hook you, and you're not going to want to walk away. You're going to want to see the journey concluded. You want to see what happens. You want to see these characters go through their trials and tribulations. You want to see them struggle. You want to see them succeed and accomplish their main goal of getting the baby at the end. And I enjoyed that fact. It's really interesting now. We get so many movies that have this very simple start at A and end at B, and everything in the middle is kind of boring. And sometimes the beginning part is boring. Sometimes the ending, sometimes the whole movie is just boring. But when you have a very simple save a character from danger in 90 minutes kind of thing, a lot of movies fail on that, unfortunately. A lot of films can't keep you hooked and invested in the world or the plot or the characters. And this film hits all three, and I'm happy for that. Now, when it comes to negatives, I want to talk about two things. First of all, like I said, this movie is about an hour and 45 minutes. I paused the movie around the 1 hour and 20-minute mark, and you still have 25 minutes to go. And my mom's like, oh my goodness, this thing is still going? Yeah, Mom, it's still going. I don't know why, but it is. There are certain things that could have been trimmed out. Certain creatures that add certain creatures that add absolutely nothing to character development, absolutely nothing to the plot. Like I said, there's these creatures that can take their heads off, and it's basically a 5-minute musical number. And like if you took out those creatures and that 5-minute segment, the film wouldn't have been changed or altered. Nothing would have changed. They also make it where towards the end they have this giant that can control rocks, and so he summons these rocks to attack the goblins in the Goblin City, and that takes like 5 to 10 minutes, and I'm just like, this is so boring and stupid, and it's like it takes forever. It's like they added in certain things to pad out the runtime, and it's like if you remove these certain portions of the film, it would have been a 15 to 20 minute shorter movie, and I think it would have benefited from that. Like, unfortunately, if a creature or character or a set doesn't add anything to the plot or the characters, and it's just there for padding out the runtime or because somebody thought this would be a cool addition, remove it or give that scene a purpose and a meaning for existing. Otherwise, it's just there to fill time, and it's not necessary. Second of all, there are so many, and I do mean this film is very similar in terms of plot and characters to Neverland from Peter Pan. You've got 3 characters that slowly, gradually work with a 16-year-old girl to get through a maze, to get to some sort of castle, and escape, this other world. So it's very similar in terms of The Wizard of Oz. There's elements of Narnia. You've got a scene that's very similar to Alice in Wonderland. You've got Maze Runner. You've got there's a imaginary dancing ballroom scene. So it's very that scene is like basically Cinderella. There are so many movies in terms of plot and characters that are smashed into here. Now, while there are similarities, I do want to stress that I think there is enough innovative and uniqueness to this movie. I'm just saying there are a lot of similarities to films from the past before this film came, when this film came out in 1986. There's movies that came out prior to this, and I'm just like, they got that from this film, they got this from that film, they got this from this film. Obviously, Maze Runner came out after Labyrinth, but I'm just saying there's so many similarities. It's just kind of weird. And it's kind of fun to pick them out as you're watching the movie. But I just wanted to stress that like, if you're watching this movie the first time and you're just like, I've seen this before. Like, yeah, you can clearly tell there was a lot of inspiration and passion from past movies that were clearly interjected into this film. So, and lastly, I want to talk about the fact that George Lucas, also was a producer on this movie. And I think it can show based on the puppetry and some of the special effects, the few that there are. I think that his involvement in this film is clearly shown. So, with that, guys, I'm going to give Labyrinth from 1986 a 9.5 out of 10. So happy I finally got to be able to talk to you guys about this movie. It's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. So 9.5 out of 10 for The Labyrinth. Obviously, you guys can get this on 4K. If you do get the 4K edition, it does come with the 4K copy and also the Blu-ray. If you guys don't want those, you can buy the Blu-ray separately. You can also get it on DVD. Also, if you guys are really ancient and you guys still have a working VCR, you can get this movie on VHS as well and digital stores as well. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Let me know, do you guys enjoy watching The Labyrinth? This is a movie that I think I'm going to rewatch again and again and again. I watched it on TV a few times, and now I finally have my own copy. It is a very pricey 4K, by the way. This is like $40 to get. Hopefully it'll drop in price eventually. So that's going to do it for this video. Like I said, Labyrinth, 9.5 out of 10. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys. Ugh, my nose is running. Run, run, run.